Hey guys, I'm doing episode 3 of Painting and Talking. Right now I'm painting up a Warrior Acolyte squad that I got from a friend a while ago. They're just standard Imperial Guardsmen, but I'm painting them up as Inquisition. They have the Eye of Inquisition on their shoulder pad right there. And just painting them up red. I'm thinking about getting Steel Legion guys, because that would look awesome. But anyway, that is not what we're here for. What we are here for is painting and talking. So, episode 3 of Painting and Talking. Today, I believe, is the 28th. I'm just going to roll with that and hope I got that right. But, yesterday, there was a shooting at a high school in Ohio. And I'm pretty sure international people know where Ohio is, but if you don't, Ohio is in pretty much the center of the United States. It's a very, very low populated state, and I consider it like rednecks are. No offense if you're in Ohio, not at all. No offense to you. But anyway, so yeah, there was a shooting there today. Oh, yesterday. And by shooting, I mean some kid brought in a gun to school and started shooting people. I think that's crazy, because what could lead a kid to do that? And there was one person that was pronounced dead yesterday, which is horrible. That would be the worst way to go out, like dying in a high school, getting shot. I would never want that to happen to me, nor would I want to ever be shot too. So, but my heart goes out to their his family, and yeah, it's really horrible. 4 other people were wounded, and I think that was all that I heard of yesterday. But they actually had to call in helicopters to get the victims escorted out quickly. And I guess they saved 4 out of 5 of them, but one of them didn't make it. So yeah, I was listening to a interview with one of the kids that goes to the school. I forget the name of the school. It started with a C, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I was listening to an interview, and it was very funny. It made me think, because it was from a news station in that area, and it was asking about the kid. So right off the bat, you'd think, oh, this kid must have been some strange kid who didn't have any friends. But what the news station did, they were saying, what kind of kid was he? Was he a loner? Was he like a goth? Yeah. So they were asking these questions, and it really made me think, because if a news station was labeling kids like that, because I personally, I think labeling kids like that's horrible, because we're all equal, and we're all on this earth, we're just on this earth. That's kind of my philosophy. Just make the best out of your life. Your life is all gonna suck, but don't label people, and don't treat anybody differently depending on their position, unless you have to. But yeah, the people on the news station were asking for like the label of the kid, and they were like, was he a goth? Was he a loner? And the kid on the phone, he was a high school student. He was like, no, he seemed pretty normal. He had friends, but he wasn't like an outcast. But like, it really made me think that, like, you know, in the movies where you see like, oh, the outcast, the nerds, and all this other stuff, all those stereotypes of high school are actually very true. It really sucks, but it's true. You have to really dig deep, because it makes sense. All these stereotypes come from somewhere, right? Like, I would name some, but I don't want to be accused of anything bad. But you know stereotypes. But they all come from somewhere. So they were asking for it, and the kid said, like I said earlier in the video, he said he had friends, and he didn't have to, he wasn't an outcast, and he seemed pretty normal. But, oh, also he tweeted the day before that he was bringing in a gun to school, and no one took him seriously. So that's terrible too. But, like, what could lead a kid to that stage? Because, I mean, I looked at it without with an unbiased mind. Like, how could me personally be distraught enough to bring in a gun to school. I would never do it anyway, but I looked at it with a sensible mind, and this is what I came up with. If you are bullied every day of your life, constantly, you're obviously going to hit a certain point where, like, you can't take it any longer, and then you'll ask yourself, do I have anything else to lose? Because I've been bullied before in my life, and I'll admit it. It blows. It's horrible. But you know what? It just disappeared, but I got over it. But some kids can't, and some kids, it will go on for the rest of their life, and they can't change that. It's not like you could say, oh, today I'm not going to be bullied because I choose not to be. It's not like that. But I can see how a kid could just say, hey, I'm done with this. I have nothing else to lose. And what struck me too was he tweeted about it. So obviously he wanted somewhat attention. So it seemed like he was asking for attention in a way by doing this. But the attention he got was terrible. He got attention of killing people and getting in huge amounts of trouble, because he's probably going to serve life in prison now. But you know what? That's the sad part. It wasn't really his fault. Like, yes, he did bring in a gun to school. Yes. But he wasn't the sole purpose of why it happened. The sole purpose was because other kids bullied him. It's like pushing someone to the limit and then them cracking, just standard cracking, like, oh, I'm done with this, I can't take this anymore. Would you blame it on the person, like, freaking out, or the person causing the problem? So, before they sentence him to whatever they're doing, they should probably hear his side of the story out, because I bet he's a sensible kid, and I would definitely give him a chance, because, like I said, you're not just gonna, if you have a good life, and you're doing good in high school, and no one's an asshole to you, excuse my language, but no one's an asshole to you, and no one's mean, you're not just going to decide to bring in a gun and just go, it makes sense. He obviously just didn't say that, because there had to be, like I said, a call, like if you've ever heard of a cause and effect, obviously there had to be a cause for this effect. It like I said, it's not going to just happen. It's not going to just happen out of nowhere. If he had a good life, he wouldn't have done that. So something must have gone wrong. Maybe, though, he was mentally unstable, and if he was mentally unstable, he shouldn't have been going to a standard high school if he had problems like that. But I highly doubt he was. But if he was, then that makes sense. I mean, they have to give him a legal trial in the United States. But I don't know what points they're going to use to defend his actions, because, I mean, yes, a person died. It's like a kid lost his life. I don't care who or, like, what you were or how you got treated. There's no reason to, like, kill someone. No one deserves to die. I mean, there were certain people in history. Hitler deserved to burn in hell. Like, Stalin kind of deserved to burn in hell. Those people were fucking dictators. Excuse my language, but those people were dictators that deserved that. But a standard high school kid that after high school he's probably just gonna be roaming the streets looking for a job, like, everything gets better. Like, you can't look at the present if something's bad. You gotta look into the future and know that everything's gonna get better and time's gonna go by. So that kid didn't do it. But I don't know the points that they're going to use to defend him, but whatever the points are, I would love to know. I'm going to actually look it up. I'm going to look it up when the court, the trial happens. That would be really interesting. But, it's going to be interesting how it goes over. Obviously, he's going to be charged with something. Like, he's not going to just get out of it, because nothing like that goes unpunished. You can't get out of that. I mean, O.J. Simpson got acquitted from murder, but he only killed one person and didn't shoot up a place. So, yeah, that's all for this episode of Painting and Talking. Kind of long video, but, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Here's my guy. He's not finished yet at all. I gotta wash him, base him, but, I gotta fix that 8. But thank you for watching, guys. Leave a comment down what you think. I'll put a link in the description, so please comment, rate, and subscribe.